Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be a updated face routine tutorial type of thing. So I'm going to show you how I apply my foundation, how I highlight and contour, and as you guys can see I have quite a round face, so if you guys are kind of similar face shape to me, you guys are really going to enjoy this tutorial because it's very detailed. I'm going to show you exactly how to highlight and contour my round face to make it a little bit more defined and appear slightly slimmer than usual. But yeah, this tutorial is not natural at all. It's very full coverage. There's a lot of products involved. So yeah, if you guys want to see how I do the whole shebang, then carry on watching. And if you want to, what's it called? I did a separate tutorial on my eye makeup. It's just a very soft pink and brown kind of cut crease, a very natural soft cut crease. So if you guys would like to check that out, it will be uploaded either before or after this video. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. I'm starting off by correcting the darker areas on my face using an orange corrector. Less is always more with this stuff, so I've just applied a little bit under my eyes, around my mouth, and my lady moustache area. Now I'm going to blend it all out using my damp beauty blender sponge. You can also use a Duro fiber brush, which is also really good as well. Once I've done that, I'm going to use a full coverage concealer that is the same or similar shade to my foundation, and using my damp beauty blender sponge I'm going to dab that all over the orange just to cover it. So once I've covered the orange, I then go ahead and apply my foundation. I'm going to list down below a bunch of my favorite full coverage foundation. So there's a few drugstore and high-end. In this video I applied my foundation using a damp beauty blender sponge, but I actually always use a flat top kabuki brush, which is my favorite to use because it really gives a kind of airbrushed full coverage finish to my foundation. Now that we have a blank canvas, everything is covered and looking flawless, we're going to start highlighting and contouring. I like to highlight first under the eyes, drawing a upside down triangle. I also apply a line down the bridge of my nose, a little on the tip of my chin and above my top lip. Lastly, I highlight in the center of my forehead. So when I contour my cheeks, I always like to curve it up towards my temples, so I kind of make it more of a curved contour instead of having like that kind of straight angled contour. With my rounder face, I like to curve it because it kind of gives the illusion of higher cheekbones, and it kind of enhances the cheeks on a rounder face much better than if you were to just contour on a straight angle. So once I've contoured my cheeks, I usually apply a little around the edges of my forehead, which I will then blend out as well. And applying it to your forehead is really good if you want to add more definition, or if you want to make your forehead appear much smaller, because if you're like me, I have quite a big forehead. And once I've done that, I like to contour my nose and also my jawline. So those are the places that I would highlight and contour. Now I'm going to start blending everything out. I personally love using a damp sponge to blend out and dab my highlight, and then once I've dabbed in all my highlighter and blended that out, I then go in with my MAC Duro fiber brush, which is one of my favorite brushes for blending out cream contouring products. Now when it comes to blending out my cheek contour, I personally like to blend it upwards. You want to try not to blend it all over your cheeks because it will look muddy and just make your face look really dark. So what you want to do is when you blend it, just keep it in the hollow of your cheeks and blend it slightly up. Next we're going to blend out our nose contour, and if you find that you've got like it looks too obvious, then you can always go over with your foundation brush just to kind of tone down the contour. Now when it comes to your jawline contour, you want to blend that downwards, and then I usually go over with my foundation brush or my foundation sponge and just dab over that jawline contour just to make it blend in. With your forehead contour, you want to blend it into the hairline. And you can blend it downwards a little if you're wanting to make your forehead appear smaller, which is what I usually do. Now this is totally optional, but I personally love super defined cheekbones. So I usually go in with the same highlight concealer that I use to highlight, and I just further define and carve out my contour. Then I usually go back in to blend out the contour line, just to diffuse it a little, because you want it to be defined but you don't want to see any obvious lines. So I usually go back in and just kind of blend it a little and diffuse the line. So now I'm going to use a setting powder, which is the same shade as my highlight, just to set it, or you can just use a translucent powder. I really love the Laura Mercier translucent powder there, it's amazing. But today I'm not going to bake or anything like that, I'm just going to set it. Now to set my contour, I usually use a matte bronzer. And yeah, I use that bronzer everywhere where I've contoured, just to set it and also to act as a transition color before I use my actual contour powder. So as you can see, we're looking very bright and contoured, but I'm going to use one more product just to further define my cheekbones and everywhere else that we've contoured. So I'm using my contour powder. I'm going to list a few of my favorites down below, but in this video I will be using a MAC blush, which is called Harmony, which is an amazing contour shade, and it's not too cool tone, but it's not overly warm. So yeah, I'm going to use that to further intensify my contour. So the last powder product that we'll be using is a shimmer highlighting powder. I'm using a Elizabeth Arden one in this video. I personally love the Becca highlighters, and also the Balm Mirror Luminizers are like the most amazing highlighters I've ever tried. But I like to apply the highlighter to the tip and the bridge of my nose. I also apply it along the top of my cheekbones. Another place to highlight is the Cupid's bow. I don't do this often, but it is a nice area to highlight, especially when you have like a really nice like red lipstick on. Now as you can see, we've used a lot of products, but you know, the end results, we're looking flawless and full coverage. So once I've applied all my products, this is like a must. I always spray the MAC Fix Plus spray afterwards, especially after all the makeup that I've just applied. So what the MAC Fix Plus spray does is that it kind of gets rid of that powdered look, the kind of cakey powdered look, and it also helps to make your makeup settle in faster. So you know, when you just do your makeup and you've applied so many products and it just looks like too much, if you spray your MAC Fix Plus spray, it helps it to settle down more faster, and it just looks so much nicer after you spray it. Awesome, so that is that done. After this video I should have the tutorial up on this eye makeup here, but if there's any other videos that you guys want me to make and kind of be more detailed and informative, something that you guys really want to learn, then leave me a comment. Yeah, leave me a comment down in the comments below. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next tutorial. Bye.